It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. It is 7:01 now on a Tuesday. And I want to say, hey, family. It is Erica Jefferson Rivers, your sister Erica, with your Tuesday sister check in. I am continuing my celebration of 18 years of survival, 18 years of survival. I'm trying to also go on Facebook so that I can see if people are actually adding comments because I cannot see comments on Restream, which is fine, whatever. So, anyway, I'm not keeping you long today. I always like to start off first by checking in. How are you doing today, family? How are you feeling today? How does your Tuesday find you? And have you found anything to celebrate? What are you celebrating? Would love to see in the comments what you might be celebrating this week, what you've celebrated over the past year, or maybe even just something really special that happened to you within the past 18 years that can only have happened because you were alive, because you were here. All right, so I'm gonna give you my list of 18 things that I'm grateful for. It's a list of things. Some are experiences and some are just things that are realizations. But 18 things that I am grateful for that can only have happened because I was allowed to be here over the past 18 years. So let's jump right into it. All right, so first thing first. I am a bilateral breast cancer survivor. I found a lump in my right breast just a little bit before my 30th birthday. I received the diagnosis by phone that the biopsy that they did on that lump I felt did come back as cancer. But the thing that I'm grateful for is there was actually a cancer in my left breast that could not be detected by self exam. It was not detected by mammogram. They actually didn't find it until they did, I believe, an ultrasound on both breasts. And look, listen to this, y'all. That was the more aggressive cancer. If that one had grown to a place where I could feel it, if it had got large enough to actually be detected by a mammogram, I absolutely know that I would not be here today. So big shout out to Cleveland Clinic and Taussig Cancer Center and good insurance for real that allowed me to be in a place where they took my concerns and my history, my family history serious and checked both breasts even though I didn't feel anything in the other breast because again, like I said, I might not be here y'all if they didn't find that other cancer in my left breast. So one, I am grateful for modern technology and I'm grateful for imaging. All right, so number two, I thank God for hair. Now, I'm not talking about this hair on my head, right? Because I cut this hair off all the time. But I'm talking about the hairs that you don't realize you need and help you live a normal life, like your eyelashes. You truly, I don't care if you look in a mirror and you like, I don't have but two or three eyelashes. My eyelashes are not thick. You really don't realize how much those things keep out of your eyes. And nose hair, y'all, thank God for nose hair. You have no idea how much sneezing that you would do, how much dust and particles you inhale when you don't have hair in your nose. Now, I had I had I had breast cancer examples in my family to go before me. My aunt on my father's side was diagnosed not too long before I was diagnosed, and so and my grandmother on my mother's side went through breast cancer and went through chemo and treatments that had them lose their hair. I was also part of a group, a support group, and so I was expecting to lose the hair on my head. But y'all, why was I so surprised that I lost the hair on my whole body? So no, just whole body bald. I look like a naked mole rat. If you don't know what a naked mole rat look like, go ahead and Google it. It is not a pretty sight. So I am grateful for hair. It was why I don't really shave my legs like everybody else do, or do all that going to the spa and having hairs ripped out of my body, because I am really grateful for hair. All right, number 3. I'm grateful for taste buds. Like, I know many of us say our grace and we thank God for our food, and we thank you for being sustenance to our bodies, our minds, our spirits. But have you ever really stopped to thank God for being able to taste the food, to taste the drink that you're partaking? Chemo just snatches the taste right up out your mouth. It makes everything just so unappealing, even if you can eat. So I'm grateful for taste buds, even though my taste buds have me eating stuff I probably shouldn't, because it's not really helping me in my weight loss goals, but I am still grateful for taste buds. All right, number 4. I finished my undergraduate degree that I started right after high school as an adult. I completed my bachelor's degree at the age of 34 at Cleveland State University. Hey, CSU Vikings. And I graduated magna cum laude. Ooh, yes, I'm smart for real, y'all. I really am. I'm smart, even though I only use about a teaspoon of the good sense that the Lord gave me. But I completed my bachelor's degree. My children were there at the ceremony. I did an entire praise dance after I got that degree. It was a lot going on that year, y'all. It was a lot going on. That was in 2009 that I completed my degree. It was a lot going on, which I'm not going to talk about as part of this video, but just being able to complete that degree that I wasn't able to complete when I first went after high school was such an accomplishment. All right, number 5. When I was at CSU, I met my best friend, my brother, the illustrious, super talented, awesome, tender-hearted, boogieing. This dude can dance, karaoke, and he can sing. The illustrious none other than Jason Goupil, who I affectionately refer to as my JG. He is better known as Jason Annecy now. Um, I conversations with him in biology class and having coffee after biology really helped open my mind and my understanding when it comes to LGBTQ issues. As a church rat at the time, very entrenched in religion, my ideas and views were just completely just wrong. And having conversations with him and friendship and space to be able to agree and disagree and to ask questions and to share experiences was one of the most important things that happened in my life and has shaped who I am and how I go about showing love to people, to all people today. And so I give my shout outs to Jason Annecy. I love you. Mwah. He has been such a huge supporter. Him and his lovely husband, Dave, have been just awesome, awesome people to have in my corner. And I'm sure others would agree to that. So making connections and friendships at CSU wouldn't have happened if I wasn't here. All right, so let's move on to number 8. I went on my first cruise thanks to Troy and Rolanda Page, my Rolanda, my Roro, my Londa. Um, just really blessed me and the ladies who were part of her wedding party to go on our first cruise. We went to the Bahamas and just had a shenanigan filled good time. It was so amazing to be able to go on that cruise. I can't wait to go back. I haven't been back yet. And so I need to make sure I get back on a cruise. So that leads me to number 9. All right. So, as part of this trip to Florida to get on this cruise, I actually went skinny dipping. Now, why would I share that with you? And why is that a blessing? Truly, and it was just on top, y'all. So not full, but on top. Why is that important? Believe me, only a person who has had their breast removed, gone through reconstructive surgery, y'all, what I don't always share is what the extent of my treatment was, because I also carried a BRCA gene, the BRCA gene, 2 gene, and I was diagnosed bilateral at the age of 30. And so I removed my breast, my uterus, my ovaries at the age of 30. And so for the most part, they pretty much took everything that defines a woman as a woman to an extent. And so being able to love my body and appreciate and accept my body for what it is now and what it was in that moment was huge. And I really feel like only women and maybe even some men who have gone through that experience or gone through some experience that really kind of disfigures, that scars them, that touches on those pieces that kind of define femininity and womanhood, will really be able to understand and celebrate what that means. So if you ever Google or do some type of search on women who are kind of reclaiming that part of their body and who are doing like photo shoots and things where they're showing their scars and things on their breasts, that wasn't something I was ready to do. And I don't even think that I'm willing to do now. But when I look back on it, it really was a defining moment. And so I will tell you this: you don't have to worry about it. Nobody saw it. It wasn't, like breast cancer survivors gone wild or anything. It was dark. We were in the pool. And nobody saw it except for the rat that jumped into the pool because it was being chased by a cat. True story. So that was part of the shenanigans, and we'll just leave it at that. All right, let's move on to number 6. Um, I moved myself and my children to the Atlanta area in a Camry. Boss moves. Boss moves. Don't let anybody ever tell you that video games are not helpful in real life because of playing Tetris. Baby, that Camry was packed to the hilt. I had stuff in the spare tire compartment. I had stuff up under the seats. And it's another long story of a lot of things that was happening at that time that made me make that move. I really went down to the Atlanta area to be able to continue my studies and to start a master's program. And at this time, I really want to shout out Rochelle Russell, Auntie Shell, my Auntie Shell, who I see the comment, breast cancer survivors going wild. Yes, I see. I missed my time. I should have ran with that. I might have been able. I might be a millionaire by now if I had ran with that idea. But I want to shout out Auntie Shell, Rochelle Russell. At the time, single woman, had just bought a house, but she opened up her doors to me and both of my children to be able to go and live with her and to complete my degree, which is another number on this list. So I am forever grateful for that level of generosity, and to my cousins Asada and Tarika, who were just there to cheer us on and to be such a help and a sister squad for me during that time. All right. I think I'm on the wrong number here. I said number 6. What number am I on? So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I went out of order. So that was 8. So this is 9, I believe. So I became a licensed minister while I was in the Atlanta area. So I wound up in Fairburn, which is a suburb of Atlanta, south of the airport. And I joined this wonderful ministry there, Free Spirit Ministries of Fairburn, Georgia. I want to shout out and give much love to Pastor Dale Foster and Lady Marvina Foster, because without that ministry, I would not have made it. When you think of that song, Never Would Have Made It, I would not have made it without that ministry. Um, and yeah, and I actually became a licensed minister. All right, I have completely lost count of where I am, but that's okay because I'm gonna move on to the next one. I traveled as part of my master's program to Israel and Palestinian territories. I spent about a week there and it was an amazing trip. So I have personally been to Bethlehem. I have been to Old City Jerusalem. I touched the Wailing Wall and was able to see just a place where they laid Jesus's body, or where they say they laid Jesus's body. And it was amazing. It was my first trip overseas in the big plane for hours. It was such an experience that I would not have had if I wasn't still here. All right. Next is I completed my master's degree. Yeah, a college dropout, completed my undergrad and my master's degree. So I am a master of science and conflict resolution. And I graduated cum laude because I'm smart. Like I said, y'all, I'm smart for real. Even though I only have a teaspoon of sense, I'm smart for real. All right, where are we now? Let's see. Next, I became an adjunct professor. So, in the midst of moving to Georgia and finishing degrees, and a couple things didn't work out, I wound up back in Cleveland and I was hired as an adjunct at Cuyahoga Community College, Tri C. Huge shout out to Jennifer Batten, who really gave me my first chance at teaching. And I wound up winning two outstanding teaching awards as a member of the Tri C teaching faculty, well, the adjunct faculty. Didn't quite turn into full time teaching, but I digress. There's a whole story behind that too. I got stories for days. Adjunct, an award winning adjunct professor. All right. So moving on, because I've lost count now. I think I might be back on track. So I think number 13. I saw my daughter and my son graduate from high school. And here's a fun fact. We actually all graduated from high school on June 3rd. Of course, different years, duh. But we all graduated on June 3rd. How awesome is that? That is so amazing to share that date, that day, and that specific time and accomplishments with them. All right. Next. Oh, this one is a hard one, but it's something I am grateful for. I'm 14. I was able to help my sister through her second cancer diagnosis and ultimately her transition from this life. I was available, able to go with her to her appointments, able to be with her. And it is such a bittersweet blessing to be able to have that time, because I have had family members, or at least one family member, that left us traumatically and unexpectedly. And the hardest part of that was not being able to touch her and to be with her. But I was able to do that with my sister. And I can still vividly remember leaving class early and hearing her voice, which wound up being the last time. But I have that memory because I was able to still be here. And understand, when I talk about the excitement and the gratitude of seeing my children graduate, that's something she didn't get to have. She left here before her daughter graduated from high school, and her son is just really beginning his career in high school, to graduate in a few years. And so I am so, so, so grateful to be able to have had that time with her. All right. Number 15. I saw both of my children graduate from college, y'all. What? Yes. In 4 years. Now, them bums didn't do the loud A thing like mama. But that's okay. That's I tell them they might be smart, they might be younger than me, and they might be cuter than me, but they ain't smarter than me. I saw both of my babies don their black robes and graduate from college. I am just so super proud of them and excited for just the prospects that they have in life, that I didn't get to much later in life. So to see them be able to have that accomplishment has been so fulfilling. All right, we're getting there. Top 18 things I'm grateful for. Number 16. I reconnected with an old friend, one of my first boyfriends from way back in 1988. Yes. We went to my first high school homecoming together, and I reconnected with him. What's really a blessing is I reconnected with him just a couple of months after my sister passed, and he has not left my side since that time. This dude has been rocking with me through turning 40, through grief, um, through just the aftermath of breast cancer, of body consciousness, and has loved me and just has loved me to life. So shout out to my babe, Charles Rivers. And leads me to 17. I married this dude, my best friend boyfriend, my husband. So we got married August 8th of 2020 on his birthday. And so looking forward to 3 years of wedded bliss, mostly bliss. 3 years of wedded bliss. We celebrated our month anniversary, our eighth anniversary yesterday. And I love this guy. This is my babe, my friend, my sugar, my best friend, my lover, my homie. He around here somewhere, my stalker. I was told I have to call him my professional stalker. So as soon as I said stalker, here he comes.
What's up, y'all?
You might as well come give me a kiss while you over here. Be all mushy. You say, thank you, baby, for being part of my 18. Oh, you go. Joni loves Chachi. Okay. And so that brings me to 18 things. 18 things I'm grateful for. I found and joined a beautiful ministry in Charlotte in this last year. So I have been a member of Next Level Ministries Charlotte for a year now. And I truly believe that God led me to this ministry. It This ministry has helped to bring me back into faith, to bring me back into hope and relationship with God in ways that I really wasn't sure would happen again. I just wasn't really sure I would ever feel the way that I feel about the Lord, about ministry, about church folk. I'm still not religious, and I don't know if I'll ever get back to ministry just because the way I believe and the way that I receive God has changed. And I would never go back to believing that God does not have a place for my LGBTQIA plus sisters and brothers. I will not believe that God is hate filled or that there is any way that he would exclude anyone from his love, from his kingdom. I would just go on record and saying that. I don't believe that. I believe that love is love and that love will win and love conquers all and that God is love, period. Boo. Or however it go. Okay. And so I want to just give love and attention to Pastor Charles E. Jacobs Jr. and First Lady Tracy Johnson Jacobs, and First Daughter Mila Joy Jacobs, and the Next Level Ministries family. I know that I missed some people and some things because I have been allowed to have such a rich and a full life in 18 years. Not all roses, right? Not all great things, but rich. Richness is going to have the highs and the lows. I've had a rich life in the past 18 years, and I'm so grateful to still be here. Now, I still have to make it to May 19th, so I'm celebrating a little bit early. But, honey, when I just sit back and look over my life and I think things over, I can truly say that I've been blessed. I have a testimony. And so I'm ending this list of 18 by asking you, you, to celebrate with me. And the way that you can do that is I'm asking 365 people to donate $18 to my current ministry. And it is $NEXTLVLMIN. So it's Next Level Ministry Charlotte, $NEXTLVLMIN. NEXTLVLMIN. $ NEXTLVLMIN. We can make a gospel song out of anything. Come on and join with me. And it's just a celebration, seed donation, of just into my ministry. It's for the last 365 days. There's still been a tremendous amount of growth in me, and a large part of that is just being connected to the saints and being connected in a space that helped me to reconnect to God in another way. And so, as I am ending, what's something that you are super grateful for that is only possible because you were here for the last 18 years? I started off with that. I want to hear, what are you grateful for? If you are willing to join me in blessing my ministry, I'll ask that you send me a DM, um, put it in the comments. It's going to be difficult for me to know exactly who has donated. I'm not necessarily keeping track. I'm just trusting and believing God that these 365 people are going to donate and just join with me in blessing this ministry. Or one person or two people will donate the, what is it, 6,450, I think. My math is not the greatest, mind you. I went to college for communications and conflict resolution, not for math. But whatever 18 times 365 is, I'm open for one person to just open their pocketbooks and donate that amount to the ministry, because I believe in miracles, because I am a miracle. So comment, share, hit the like button, hit the bell if you are on, what is this, on, I'm getting choked up. I'm sorry. Hit the bell so that you don't miss a live video. If you are on YouTube, make sure that you are hitting the like button, that you are commenting and interacting if you're on Facebook, because that is what helps my little channel grow. It's what helps me grow. I thank you all for being part of my 18 years. I thank you for donating. If you've donated already, I thank you in advance if you are planning to donate. And I love you. I love you. I love you. I will see you next week. This is your sister Erica with your Tuesday sister check in. Love you guys. Bye.